2026. Let's talk some astrology before we even get into the reading. There's so much going on this month, and if there hadn't already been so much going on astrologically so far this year, please anticipate things to calm down a little bit, just so that you can catch your breath for long enough before you set off for the next race. Okay, so if you would be interested, book a reading, email me, rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. You'd think I'd get used to that by now. I think it was 8 years of saying the other email address, and now it's like, we're at Hotmail. Okay, so rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. We will talk prices and scheduling. All readings are FaceTime. They are face-to-face. If you would prefer an email reading, we can discuss that also. To receive the benefits of the reading, you have got to be subscribed. You've got to hit the thumbs up button. It's an energy exchange that we've got going on here. All the information presented to you is from a really high octave channeled place. Okay, so come here with peace, and you will find, as part of this energy exchange, peace is following you around in your life. It's how it works here. So let's talk some astrology. Why is astrology even important? Well, let's put it this way. It's like the filter, that calendar, right? That calendar that lets us know the filter that's going to be coloring that specific period of our life. So for this particular month, I have decided that we will, of course, do the reading for the month with the Rider-Waite. I would like to do another crystal reading. So I've got the crystal cards by Doreen Virtue also. They always have a nice message to them. And then because Venus is moving into the sign of Cancer this month also, I thought it would be nice to do a romance card for each one of the zodiac signs as we go along. So grab something to drink. Grab a pen, get comfortable, and let's talk some astrology for May 2026. We started the month on this really potent full moon, which, as I mentioned earlier, was kind of like the culmination of a cycle. This is where the upgrades, updates in your etheric field really would have settled in and implanted into you. Moving forward through the portal of this particular full moon, no one's really the same anymore. We've all changed because our predisposed biological nature has been updated, right? On the 6th of May, this is a really big one. The planet Pluto goes into retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. This is that period of time where all of these astrological changes that have taken place in the year so far, this is a period of time, as it's Taurus season also, things begin to slow down a little bit, and it gives you time to adjust to the recent changes. This retrograde is also about making adjustments in your life in general, wherever it is that you know now, moving from the change perspective that you've had over the course of these astrological changes. What is it now specifically in your life that you know needs tweaking, needs changing? And this is absolutely the time that you are at that pace, or you're given the resources and the means, the inspiration to be able to move forward in such a direction of making those adjustments, necessary changes. On the 16th of May, there is a new moon in the sign of Taurus. Think of stability. If ever there was a time in the year that you really wanted to feel your energy stabilize and feel grounded, this would absolutely be that time. This is that time where you in yourself inherently can feel the security and the stability in your life improving. This automatically lowers cortisol. It automatically says slow down, enjoy the view, and take your time. This automatically then gives you more confidence, and because you are slowing down to smell the roses as the flowers bloom in this Taurus season, you get a more improved insight, which then means better access to resources. This can also be reflected into your financial situation. So there is something definitely about really feeling the need to, yes, be grounded and slow down, but also apply the practicality as and where needed, especially with this Pluto retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, where you're being told to make the necessary adjustments as and when necessary. Since Mercury has been in the sign of Taurus, it's had to slow down. Now, if you're a mercurial like me, going at 1,000 miles an hour is your natural pace. When you're being forced to slow down like that, the inevitability of electrical shortcut, it's a very real thing. So as Mercury now moves back into its home sign, Gemini, things get happier, right? The speed picks up. There's so much more emphasis on the velocity. Things can get moving again. There is something about an amplified mental energy, and the best way to use this energy really is to stay as active and as busy as possible. The day after, on the 18th, Mars enters the sign of Taurus, having come out of its ruling sign Aries, where there was this urgency. You'll now find, as Mars now goes into the sign of Taurus, there is this need to release that urgency, to slow down, get close to the earth, and really begin to feel your way through what projects need authority and what projects need you to conduct a more stabilized, balanced approach to stability. This is, like I said, a really good time to just take a breath, slow down, smell the roses. As we're in Taurus season, as the flowers begin to bloom, your sense of urgency, this rush, this need to get things done, you'll have more time to think through on your actions, let's put it that way. And with that stability always comes more confidence. So there will be this need for you to start with confidence, but to also apply that stabilized energy to make sure you're seeing things all the way through. Now, the absolute highlight of this month, on the 18th also, Venus is moving into the sign of maternal homely love, the sign of Cancer. Now, if there was ever a time for you to put on your rose tinted glasses, this would actually be it. It's such an emphasis that the most important things in life really are the people that we have emotional connections with. Expect this period of time for you to find and cultivate solid emotional support, either going back to people that you know with that sepia kind of nostalgic energy, or new people finding their way into your life where you will be more receptive of encouragement and love and that nurturing kind of energy. When you feel nurtured, there is naturally a strengthening of your foundations, and these connections that are stabilizing you, I think you will find that there is more of an importance in your life under this general filter to prioritize the people that you find you can emotionally feel quite comfortable with. Okay, on the 20th, the sun enters the sign of Gemini. Now, with Mercury being in Gemini also, as well as the sun, please be ready for some really fast paced movement. Okay, different projects, different interests, different hobbies, different ways to pass your time, things that keep your mental activity occupied, right? It's a good thing for you to move your body also, and it's also a really nice idea to indulge your active mind in things that naturally spark curiosity within you. This is such a good time to fill up your calendar, all of the appointments, all of the activities, all of the trips to the museum and the galleries. This is an excellent time to really see what you can cultivate within yourself to find an outlet for excessive mental energy. The lines of communication are way open, so you may find yourself being introduced to like-minded individuals, people at your own pace. Now, everybody decides their own pace, but naturally, when Mercury is in its ruling signs of Virgo or Gemini, there's just more of a speed to things. We finish off the month with a full moon in the fun-loving sign of Sagittarius. I love these full moons. This is on the 31st of May because this is that happy, happy, happy energy. Now, after this full moon that we've just had in the sign of Scorpio, where it was really quite intense, it was really all about like those heavy transformations that needed to take place within your life. This is now a complete opposite of that energy. This is now saying, be light, be positive about subjects and situations, and really get passionate about what your beliefs are. Really begin to take a stand and keep an open mind on things like philosophy and idealism. This full moon really is the kickstart to that hot girl summer, right? So it's all about having fun, it's all about looking good, it's all about being out and about, doing your adventures, taking your creativity to wherever it is that you want to go. The level of individualism that is going to be required of people in this year under the fire horse energy, the more unique you are to yourself, the more you honor that not everything is for you, the better you do with this full moon. All right, okay, so let's get some messages for the collective for May 2026. In this month of full moon sandwich, I'd like to call it. Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, to get the benefits of the video, you've got to hit the thumbs up button and be subscribed. All right, right off the bat, the hanged man and the 5 of Cups. So, right off the bat, the energy that is brought here is the energy that's going to be returned tenfold, okay? I'm just saying that because I can feel some interference coming through. Leave my throat chakra alone, okay? 5 of Cups and the Hanged Man. Let's take a look at this energy. Now, this really can be quite reflective of Sun in Taurus. There is somewhere where the need to get unstuck from a certain perspective that has you focusing on what's gone and what's lost. There's got to be a shift in perspective from where you've almost suspended and hung yourself up, or are hung up, over something that you know you can't change, something that was from the past, something that might mean, listen, if you turn around, if you shift your perspective, you might find that what you have within you is everything that you need to get to where you want to go. Now, having said that, there is this element of self-suspension here. Now, you can sit and you can ponder and you can think over a certain subject until you're blue in the face, which is pretty much what this Hangman card is all about. But what the thing really is here is for you to remember that what has gone has gone. Those cups that have been kicked over, there's nothing that you can do presently to change any of that, other than accept that they may have been full of poison and they may not have been good for you anyway. And what you can now, if you wish to, release certain energy from, take your eyes off of what happened in the past and look at the potential of the future that you can create for yourself now. I feel like this is such a heavy energy because it really is focusing on the things that you can control. The way that you choose to occupy your time, the way that you choose to think, the things that you choose to think about really are your choice. And this Piscean energy really does speak on exactly that. There is something here about you needing to unsuspend yourself. Right? There's self-sabotage that goes with that. Where is it that you may have decided that a certain thing that you might see in a certain way, you've gotten a bit fixed on that. Now, as we've come out of this full moon in Scorpio energy, there was a real heavy emphasis on transformation. And it's so interesting that these 2 cards came out first, because it really is saying, if you're choosing to be stuck, if you're choosing to stay and linger a little bit longer in energy that you know that you can't do anything about, then realistically you are choosing to turn a blind eye on the solutions that are already available and already present and already right here for you. So, a shift in perspective, the acceptance that there are certain things that can't be changed, there are certain things that have to be moved on from, and there is a need for you to kind of look at what you've still got going for yourself. Because I can guarantee you that whatever it is that you might be seeking outside of yourself, if you to look within, you might actually find that you've already got whatever you need, especially to get into the direction that you need to go into. And so where is it that you can actually unshackle yourself, unstuck yourself, unbind yourself, shift your perspective, and kind of take a look at, with a bit of idealism, you know, I put this card down and I just looked at one of the notes that says down to earth. I feel like having come out of this Neptune moving into Aries energy, where it's gone from a really dreamy state akin to sleep kind of stance into action oriented, right now the time's to move, it is saying get a little bit grounded about where it is that you know that you might have held yourself out deliberately. Like you might have actually put yourself out of the mix deliberately. And where is it within, if you're really honest with yourself, where is it really that you know that there's a level of comfortability staring at the failures or looking at the failures of the past? Because perhaps moving forward to a win might require a perspective change from you that requires a lot of courage. Courage that you might not yet feel big enough within your energy and your aura to fully step into. Remember guys, to get the benefits of the reading, you've got to hit the thumbs up button and you've got to be subscribed. This sandwich between two full moons, it's one of those dreamy like times of the year where if you wish, you can get really clear and assertive and honest about what it is that you know is the truth for you. There might be this need for you to really hold your boundaries and hold regard to respecting yourself, standing your ground, and not letting anybody cross you or take more from you than they should be. There's a need here for you to protect yourself in a way that means that, yeah, if you've got to be assertive and if you've got to stand your ground, you got to be about it. If there is somewhere where you can let go of a certain perspective, especially one that is oriented around the loss or the failure of something, if you're being a little bit more fair and just to yourself, you might find that the more you tap into your mental energy right now, especially with all of this energy in Gemini, the more you're willing to really tap into your intellect and your assertiveness, and if you're really willing to look at where it is you may have let yourself down, lingering in energy of failure or loss, when ultimately this really is the time for you to sow your seeds and cultivate things that you know you want to grow, there's going to need to be boundaries. There's going to need to be time allocated to you protecting your privacy. And there's going to be a lot of things that don't like that. And if you're willing to stand your ground enough, with enough focus and with enough determination, I think you'll find that things begin to change themselves because you change your perspective on a certain situation and a certain storyline. What else does the collective need to know for the month of May 2026? Getting grounded really just means going out and putting your feet on put your feet on the ground, on some grass, on some dirt. Go and hug a tree. Go spend some time on the beach. Take some sun. We should be getting 20 minutes of sun. This really is the time for you to sow your seeds if you haven't already, because what you'll see growing for you in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, really will decide for you what it is that you're paying and putting your mind and attention towards. If you're focused because there's something that you're growing, this is you using your mental agility in such a way that you'll be able to take your time to cultivate and grow something, but the decisions that you're able to make from that place of taking your time will give you much firmer grounding. And as opposed to this feeling of being suspended or as this feeling of being stuck, this is what getting grounded is all about. Because there is this level of avoidance that is going on, especially when it comes to things that are not emotionally satisfying. Staying suspended is a decision to remain in a perspective focused on loss, where assertiveness is being asked of you right now. The Strength card and the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. I really like this energy because it's saying keep your heart open as well as being assertive and really protective of your boundaries. And there's an element of needing to overcome a lot with that. And there's this element of a lot of overcoming and the strength that's needed to implement change in overcoming shadow vibrations or low frequencies or lower ways of being. There is something here that is stressing. The more energy and attention you're willing to put on maintaining your boundaries as well as keeping an open heart enough to let things come to you, not chasing, attracting, okay? The more you're willing to overcome certain bits of yourself that you might have felt were like beastly, the lower bits of yourself, the more you're willing to pay attention to that in this time right now. And that could be your schedule, that could be your routine, that could be how you spend your thoughts, your days, your ways of thinking. But there is a need for you to overcome. Ten of Cups. I really like this energy. And it's, as I said, if you wish to claim this energy, you've got to have hit subscribe and the thumbs up button. There's a really big emotional reward coming in the month of May for the collective. This is stability at its utmost. This is a happy home. This is feeling really, really lucky. This is feeling excited again. This is feeling stabilized, secure, and grounded. There is something family oriented, and I think this is as Venus enters the sign of Cancer. Around mid-month, there's this feeling of true family contentment. I feel like Venus is in Cancer as well as Jupiter in Cancer really is pushing the emphasis on family. It really is pushing the emphasis on home. It really is saying, listen, there's bits of you that you might need to overcome, and a shift in perspective and taking yourself off of the hook might be a good place to start in the month of May. There is also this assertiveness about you that is going to mean that you've got to maintain your boundaries, okay? Two of Pentacles. Cyclical loops, especially when it comes to finances. The more people understand that money is energy, and if people think that life is just an upward trajectory, they're so sadly mistaken, which is why I think it's so frightening for influencers, especially at such a young age, to come online and talk about manifesting and how perfect their life is, because the promise of life really is change, okay? And situations change, as this card is saying. Things go up and down. We can't get so comfortable in our up that we forget the opposite of up is down, and we need to go through down in order to be up, in order to get up, in order to know that being in an up kind of place is somewhere that you need to give a lot of respect and a lot of thanks for. So where it is saying here, this need for you to shift your perspective, this need for you to really focus on what's working, this need for you to really get so stubbornly arrogant about how it can only work in your favor, this really has got everything to do with you asking yourself, how many times are you going to ride the same wave, the same loop? How many times are you going to let yourself get knocked out and then have to get back up? At what point do you accept that it doesn't need to be as dramatic and as that? And the more self-actualized you actually are, the more aware you are of the cyclical loops that you allow your mind to get suspended in, get hooked onto, the more aware you are of that, I think the more closer you'll be to allow this programming, this brain programming, to really take a more disciplined approach to it. The Sun. There is so much renewal and there is so much growth that is happening within you right now if you wish to really accept the possibility of putting your effort, your mind, and your attention into things blossoming and growing around you. The Ten of Cups and the Sun card, this is reunions for me. This is a lot of really happy places, people, things coming together. And I feel like this, by the time of this full moon, a lot of you really will be sitting quite intensely into this energy. It's the utmost happiness. It's true contentment. It's feeling really satisfied and feeling really like gratified with the growth, with the change, with all of the things that are working around you, with all of the things that feel so positive, with all of the things that you know you're truly content with. Make sure you give thanks and make sure you're using every single opportunity you can to think in terms of eternity, to think in terms of the bigger picture, to think in terms of where it is and what it is about yourself that you need to overcome, what it is in you that you know allows you to lose, trips you up. What is it that you can do to overcome that part of you? These cyclical loops, these cyclical cycles, yeah, cool, they happen in life. But how willing are you to overcome that part of you that continues to look at the destabilized bit? How long will you allow yourself to be suspended, focusing on the stuff that you know you can't change because those cups were kicked over, because they were full of poison? But what you've got left with you, the emotion that you feel, maybe even hidden beneath the surface, that emotion, that is the support, that is the encouragement enough that you need to shift your perspective and make it to the destination. Honor that part of yourself every time these cyclical loops, especially within you, show up. Use this mental energy of this month, this excessive Geminian energy. Use it to really take action, authoritative, phallic, masculine, in charge, alpha action. And I love this because it is the incentive enough. It's the motivational energy, the filter in the air that's even saying to you, you've got the will, you've got the power to break whatever cyclical loops, especially in terms of finances, if you just persist and if you just apply your will, knowing that you've created this whole dynamic. And you know how you create that dynamic? By staying focused too long on loss. So if you can create it, then if you can create it, I don't even know how to reply to that, Pomberry, but thank you. I don't even know what she looks like, but thank you. Where else are we? What else does the collective need to know for the month of May 2026? A calmer month, and about mid-month you're gonna be in this place of rose-tinted hippie glasses. That's what this month is giving me. It's giving me hippie vibes. It's also giving me time to overcome the struggle. You know, that energy of struggle and strife and suffering. It's time to give that up. I was reading something the other day. It was this new look on makeup and how makeup is changing for 2026, summer 2026. And they were really going for that like inflation chic, like starvation look, and it just really wound me up. Maybe because it is sun in Taurus at the moment, and this season is all about abundance, right? Where is it that this energy of suspension, possibly very much in struggle, strife, suffering, where is it that you can say to yourself, right, I've overcome that shit? And the pokes and prods of the matrix that want to keep me stuck in some bullshit about how I'm suffering or how I'm struggling, I'm really going to shift the perspective on that. I'm going to look in completely the opposite direction of that, because right now, if I'm being presented with some same fucking flip-flop, regurgitated financial loop of fucking misery, the answer is channel into your inner masculine and overcome that shit. Being poked, prodded, this energy of suffering, this energy of struggling, like there has to be some form of unison of thought that makes you overcome that energy even. And I'm just saying, lingering too long in the energy of focusing on the loss, focusing on the status quo, suspending yourself without actually illuminating how you need to really protect your energy right now. And that could mean you working on that shadow part of yourself that may be exposing themselves even to unnecessary attack and assault. The Fool card and the Four of Wands. Do you know what? I really like where this is going. Yeah, cool, there is so much that needs to be changed and energy that needs to be shifted and people, you know, energy that needs to be worked through and coming out struggling and misery loops. But hold on, can we just look at this bit? Can we just look at this? Because this is really saying to me, like, hold on. This is new beginning that's coming in this month. That's really saying to you, are you brave enough to drop the bullshit, drop the baggage, drop all of that heavy shit? Be light on your feet, take a risk, get moving and get going. Head off in this new direction, because what you might find as you're riding off into the sunset is partnerships, alliances, unions that are 1-1-1-1. They're A1. They lead to a lot of contentment. So if you're here and if you're receiving this message, please hit that thumbs up button and please know you're being led in a new direction. One that's leading to really, really beautiful, secure partnerships and alliances, romantic and otherwise, that are leading to a lot of commitment. They're leading to a lot of stability, a lot of contentment. And there is this one thing though, you're really going to have to get into the vibe of the sun. Now, what I really suggest with this is not only getting a lot of sun, but start getting the sun of the sunset if you can, and get the sun of the sunrise if you can. You're going to need to get as much sun energy this month, and that's just a definite. Okay, hi guys, hit the thumbs up button. Whoever is channeling into this, whoever I'm reading for, hopefully all of us. May is so abundant. May is where the big money is coming through. May is that month where the balance fixes itself. There's equilibrium to the give and take. A lot. Security, stability, contentment. There's a risk that's needed of you, however. And there is this need for you to overcome something and take the risk, which means setting off in a new direction. This is a brand new beginning. And if this is where it's leading, then please trust the path the sun is illuminating for you, right, on this journey. Because the partnerships, the alliances, and the pairings that come from this really are something that are very successful and positive. There's been a heavy emphasis on maintaining a give and take in relationships and partnerships and friendships, etc. The give and take between you and your job, your boss, etc. All of it. There's been a really heavy emphasis on getting the scales right, getting the balance right. And I think individually, everybody who is watching this video, the longer you're gonna focus in on things that don't really mean nothing, especially things that happened in the past that may have felt like a loss, realistically speaking, they got you to where you are now. And if you are to focus on the journey, which means that if you are suspending yourself, it really is only to illuminate. Now, when one decides to illuminate themselves, this really is self-actualization, where you're looking at your life and you're looking at the things that you know are just not working for you, and you, without the permission of somebody else, or needing to be told in therapy, or needing to get the sign off from someone else, this is you living in that self-actualized, crown chakra illuminated energy of assertiveness. Now, people can call the Queen of Swords bitter, they can call her negative, they can call her all the names they want under the fucking sun. She's going to protect herself because she loves herself, okay? Don't hold back. Don't stay silent. Ask for what's yours and ask for it with confidence and courage. But at the same time, don't close your heart. Keep your heart open. Keep your heart as open as you possibly can. And remember, this isn't about you chasing. This is about you receiving. This is about you letting it come to you. And the best way for you to do that is to shift your perspective on the things that you know are really holding you back. So if it is thoughts about loss, or if it is thoughts about being stuck, or if it is thoughts about not fully stepping into your self-actualized version, then get off of that cyclical loop. You decide right now. You actually decide right now. And you know what? You know what the easiest and the best way is to get off of a loop, an energetic karmic loop, is to make a decision that that's it. And you know what? Coming to the place where you've fulfilled that's enough might take some time. But if you're firm enough within your decision, if you are strong enough within believing what you know and what you say is enough authority that you need, self-actualization, then please know a decision is enough to get you off of any kind of cyclical loops. And that comes with the authority and action that you're willing to take over yourself. The power really is in your hands in the month of May. However, turn this energy of it's a struggle, or turn this energy of I have to suffer, like that's not true. This season is about pleasure. Sun in Taurus is about seeking pleasure. As this sandwich is this full moon in Scorpio, new moon in Taurus, full moon in Sagittarius, there is a need for you to open up your heart, transform those lower beastly parts of yourself with eternity in mind. Where is it that these partnerships and these alliances that are in your life, that are coming into your life, are having such a permanent positive effect on you, that they are giving you the green light to ride off in the sunset? Just please be brave enough to find the balance enough in the give and take so you can set yourself free. Now, that was the tarot message for the general collective. Let's go into each sign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a crystal angels. So this is the crystal for the month of May for each sign, and I'm going to pull then a romance angels for each sign, the romance message as Venus goes from Gemini into the sign of Cancer. So let's start with Aries, and let's start with your crystal, Aries. If you're Aries, put your hands up. Hi everyone. I love you all. You're all so beautiful and so special and so amazing and so talented. And like, if what we just saw is any consolation to you, please know that life's about to get absolutely amazing for everyone. But you've got to hit thumbs up button to claim the message, and you've got to be subscribed. All right, let's get into the crystal for Aries. Aries, for the month of May, what crystal do you need to support your energy and facilitate a stabilizing month? Message for Aries. Aries, what do you need in terms of crystal support for the month of May? If anyone wants to timestamp these, I would appreciate that. Whoop, whoop. Welcome, San Diego. Big, big love. Aries, clear quartz. I really like this for you, Aries. Let yourself feel all of your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance, okay? Clear quartz. Aries, I think clear quartz is a very good crystal for you, just because it helps clear up chaos energy. And the romance card for you, Aries, for the month of May is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So Aries, it might be a good idea for you to let yourself feel everything, okay? Because what you're feeling is sending you really important messages and guidance. And if you will allow yourself to feel it, you might find that you're being told to make the effort, okay? Because great love is a gift and you are the sign of action. So take, listen, feel, and then take the action that you're guided to take, okay? Who's next? Taurus. Taurus, for the month of May, what crystal should you be wearing to facilitate your stabilizing energy? Message for Taurus. What crystal should Taurus wear? Ooh. Taurus, gold. Divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. You know, Taurus, the thing is, when the energy gets really dense, when there's a lot of eyes on you, when there's a lot of like just energetic interference, gold, especially if you're a feminine, I would say it's priceless in protecting your aura. If you're a man, I wouldn't recommend wearing gold at all because it depletes you of your masculinity, and that is counterproductive. So don't wear it, but maybe keep it like close to where you work, like where you sit to work maybe. And the message for Taurus, the romance message, is new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So Taurus, in your season and in the month of May, you will be coming across someone who is stirring romantic feelings within you. And this is a new love. This is someone completely new. Someone maybe you have met or someone that you are about to meet. Taurus, and then Gemini. All right, Gemini, what card do you need? Sorry, what crystal should Gemini wear for the month of May 2026? May 2026 for the sign of Gemini. Tiger's Eye. Be confident. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. I love that message. Gemini, I love it. I made a promise 2019 to God that I would be exclusive to him as a channel for divine healing throughout the world. And that became my purpose, right? And so when this message comes through, self-confidence through God confidence, believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. Like sometimes when you're willing to connect, like disconnect from the matrix and put all of your attention in creating that connection between you and God, like the greater intelligence out there, you find that life gets so full of purpose and meaning. And there is something here about you really needing to trust that all of the things that you're now doing really is God working through you. And so put on some tiger's eye and maybe channel into divine intelligence. What romance card does Gemini need for the month of May? Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, Gemini. You know that person that you were thinking about while I was shuffling the cards? You know that's your soulmate, right? And you know that if you are going through this journey right now where Mercury has come back home in your sign, Venus has been in your sign, the sun is now entering your sign, Gemini, trust that the direction that you've been led in now, especially when it pertains to a certain counterpart, please know that there is this energy of higher elevation, especially like soul conscious elevation that's taking place within your life. And you're kind of becoming a close confidant to God. And when that happens, like, the support that you need comes through naturally. And so there is somebody here who is really supportive and facilitating you on your journey. Okay, yes, this is your soulmate, and oh my gosh, they're so nice, they're so worth everything. Okay, Gemini, love them. Cancer. What crystals do Cancer need to wear for the month of May? One, please. One crystal for the sign of Cancer. One crystal for the sign of Cancer. For May 2026, what crystal would Cancer, the sign of Cancer, benefit from the most for May 2026? You are so welcome, Jennifer. Okay, Cancer. In terms of crystal, what crystal does Cancer need for the month of May 2026? What crystal will help facilitate them in getting stabilized and achieving what they need to achieve? Okay, I'm going to take both of them, okay? I'm going to do both of them. Because Cancer, just trust me. Unakite and Citrine, answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. That's Unakite. And Citrine, release unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. I really like this mix, actually, Cancer. Citrine, I would say, Cancer, get some Citrine, wear it close to your solar plexus, so either on a really long chain or on a bracelet or 2 bracelets. No, I think Citrine should really only be worn on the left hand. And Unakite also, it's a green crystal, it's very much heart chakra oriented. So 2 things for you, maybe. If you get them in pendants, wear them quite low. Let the Citrine be worn lower than the Unakite. I think for men and women, both crystals are really good. I would say keep them on as bracelets on your left hand, Cancer. Let's get a romance message for Cancer. As Venus enters the sign of Cancer, as Jupiter is in the sign, what does Cancer need to know about their love life? Come on, Cancer. What does Cancer need to know for their love life? Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So I feel like you're naturally going to, what about ladies putting them in their upper body undergarments? Yeah, no, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But is that comfortable? if it's comfortable, I would do it. I would never let a crystal get uncomfortable me, but I'm really funny like that. I like to have things open and loose. So if you want to put them in your bra, absolutely, 100%. Attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So Cancer, what I would say is that there's a heavy emphasis on attraction for you during the month of May in particular. Now that might be you focusing on, naturally you're going to be looking more attractive when Venus is in your sign anyway, but how you come across in the world and the level of attraction that you are projecting. So I think that's something that's going to be a really strong one for you. And I did say slow down and smell the roses. So Cancer, I also want to say, like, maybe that's something this month that you might need to actively do. Slow down, take your time, spend time smelling the roses, put on your rose colored glasses, put your citrine and your unakite in your bra, and feel the gorgeousness radiating off of you. I really like that, Cancer. That's really nice. It's a really nice message for you. Leo. All right, Leo. Yeah, for storing citrine and unakite, I think it'd be fine. As long as it's close to your solar plexus, that's the only thing I would say. So, Leo. Message for Leo. Crystal recommendation for the sign of Leo for 2026, May 2026. What crystal should Leo have on them for the rest of May? One, please. One crystal, please. Just the one. Thank you. Thank you. Tiger's Eye. You know what? I'm going to suggest this for the entire summer for you, Leo. We're going to do crystal recommendations next month. But Tiger's Eye, self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. You're another divine channel like Gemini. And I feel like there's something about you needing the protective energy of Tiger's Eye during the summer. So what I'm really going to suggest to you is that you wear some Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye, again, like citrine, the closer you wear it to the solar plexus, the better, right? The solar plexus is just by the ribs right there under the heart chakra. So if you, like Jennifer said, put it in your undergarments, you can absolutely do that. If not, wear it on a low chain. If not, wear it as a bracelet. But there is something here about understanding that we're divine channels, and sometimes we might have certain designs on our life and we might plan, but God plans, and sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, God's design is absolutely perfect and his plan is always going to win. And we have to trust that every single action we take is the best action for us. And even if it may not feel like that in the moment, if we have enough faith in our own connection to the self as well as God's design, 100% winner mentality right there. Leo, what messages do you need for the month of May while Venus is in Cancer for your romance and love? What messages does Leo need for May 2026? Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, Leo. Leo, this is one of those times where I feel like the need to surrender yourself in the sense that, you know, sometimes we have these uncontrollable, really heavy, dark energies that just consume us, and it doesn't matter how much healing we do, we just can't seem to find a way out of it. There is something here about you going through this journey of understanding forgiveness, and how sometimes it really has to start from mum and dad, and how that is so liberating. And so I feel like the month of May 2026 for you, Leo, really is a liberation. May is one of those times where the more you wish to believe that God is working through you and you've really just got to forgive primary caregivers, forgive the energy that was put on you that may have been a little bit heavy. Take it off of you, and you do that by forgiving. And sometimes it may feel like the hardest thing to forgive, but when you get on the other side of that and actually like surrender the energy for yourself, forgiveness is never about the other person. It's always about setting yourself free, because you take the emotional weight off of that other person's action. So it's no longer upholding you, right? It's no longer weighing you down. Family is always a sensitive issue, and when it comes to forgiveness, especially when it comes to parents and caregivers, I feel like Tiger's Eye really is going to facilitate healing. So keep the Tiger's Eye on for this summer. Where are we next? Virgo. Hello, Virgo. I love you. All right, let's get some crystal let's get a crystal recommendation for the sign of Virgo. If you're Virgo, hit the thumbs up button and leave me a little love heart emoji in the comments, because you know I love you, Virgo. All right, Virgo. What crystal does Virgo need for May 2026 to thrive and stabilize? 2 came out, so we're gonna do those. Turquoise and aquamarine. Ooh, Virgo. Turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. And aquamarine, divine life purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. Can we just talk about the power of these crystals? Can we just talk about the power of the combination of these crystals, Virgo? Hi. Can we just take a moment right here? Okay, we're just gonna pause for a second, because Virgo, I know a lot of you have felt it. And we're gonna talk about this in more depth tomorrow, but we're just here, so let's talk about it right now. Nobody tell me I give Virgo preferential treatment. I don't wanna hear it. Listen, turquoise is the stone of Sagittarius. It's a stone of royalty. It's a stone of spirituality, connecting between the realms. Here you are, Virgo, with this deep as the ocean spiritual journey, spiritual transformation that you have just been through, which has put you on this spiritual path where your true beliefs, the things that you really want, the things that you really know to be true, the things that you really believe in, is the path that you're getting to walk on, because finally it's getting clearer to you. This turquoise, you wearing this turquoise crystal, is going to prompt you to make the necessary life changes. Turquoise heart chakra, I would say put it on your ring finger or put it on a pendant close to your heart. Okay? Aquamarine. I was born on a Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. That's about as psychic as they get. Aquamarine is one of my crystals. Now, when I say the power of aquamarine can literally shake your entire existence, but in the most demure and feminine and gentle, nurturing ways, it's delicious. I wear aquamarine very close to my throat chakra because I speak for a living, and it opens up the throat chakra, protects your aura, and it's just energy of bringing out the inner beauty within all of us. Okay, so Virgo, aquamarine, I would strongly suggest you put it around your throat, on a pendant, on a necklace. This is literally awakening within you your divine life purpose. Okay, so in the month of May, trust the signs and your inner guidance, which means there's gonna have to be clarity in your beliefs first and foremost, which gets you on the right road, which leads you to fulfillment, Virgo. Turquoise and aquamarine. I want to see everybody in the month of May, every single Virgo. I want to see you in turquoise and aquamarine. Let's get a romance message for Virgo for May 2026. Let's get a romance message for Virgos in their highest and best good for the month of May 2026. What does Virgo need to know in terms of their romance and love? Okay, this just turned, and this was the card that came. There is like marijuana stuck to the card. Okay, the two cards that came out, Virgo, you're so privileged, like you get two cards of both. Worth the wait and calling in your soulmate. So divine timing is at work in your love life, and calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations and visualizations bring you together. Some of you have already met this person. Okay, so Virgo, so new love has come into your life, and it came into your life in a way that it kicked the doors wide open, and then it was like, hi Virgo, I'm new love, I've come to collect you, and let's go on a really fast-paced motorcycle ride in the middle of the night. Okay, let me just open up new doors for you, Virgo, and let me just get your wings expanded again. When I said this full moon in Sagittarius is the hot girl summer, Virgo, we're going to talk more about this tomorrow, but there is a partner, there is someone here who gets you in such a way that gets your blood hot again. Okay, this person is going to wake up parts of you that had been asleep, dormant in such a long time. Now for some of you, you're already with this person and it's a different version of them that is bringing out this energy within you. And for some of you, this is somebody who has just come into your life, who is literally just about to come into your life, especially with Venus and Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. Someone's coming home, baby, and they are literally, do you see the reference to wings here? Can we just take a reference of how it is saying it is time for you to spread those wings of yours, Earth Angel? This is it, okay? This is someone that is so divinely sent, and it's absolutely the right time. And this person is just, yes, okay? Trust me, it's so good. It's so, so good. There is something about you needing to pray. Keep your affirmations 100. Make sure you're visualizing the both of you together, sleeping next to them, cooking breakfast with them, being in the shower with them, being on the back of a motorcycle with them. Oh my God. Okay. Just turquoise and aquamarine and calling in your soulmate, Virgo, because they are so worth it. Everything that you had to suffer up until now is being made up by this person. I just have to put that out there, Virgo. When you saw the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, if that was for you, I just want to say you deserve it. Hot girl summer, even if you're a guy, all day long. All right, Libra, what have we got for you? What crystal does Libra need to keep on for the month of May 2026? Can Libra, crystal recommendation for Libra, facilitate this stabilizing? Love's about to put a smile on your face, Virgo, that you haven't smiled like that in a long time. I'm just about to say that. All right, Libra. What crystal does Libra need for May 2026. Appetite. Ooh, really nice one. Progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus on how far you've come and all that you've learned. Yeah, John. Appetite, Libra. Okay? And let go of the perfection stuff. Don't compare your, like, one thing I've had to learn, Libra, is that the more we stick to this script of what our life is supposed to look like, and the more we derail from that script that may have been imposed on us by the Matrix, the more likely you are to feel down and depressed. Because let's be honest, that script probably only works for like 0.01% of the world, and everyone has their own different version of it. But the more willing we are to accept that we're all fragments of the same light, which means we're not meant to look the same. Don't judge, like, don't compare yourself. Who you are, what you've achieved, how far you've come, that's all that matters, right? And it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're all perfect in our own way, because we were all created by God in his perfect vision of what we're supposed to look like. And I don't know about you, but I don't think there is anything man-made or anything artificial that can be better than what God made. So, Libra, in terms of your love life, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Libra, you know who I'm talking about? You know who this person is. Don't judge yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Just focus on how far you and this person have come and how far you're going in the month of May. This is your person. Love them. Take care of them. Be with them. Hold them close. Give them the best you got, Libra. Give them the best you got. Because when you're in that zone, and this is why I love you, Libra. This is why Libra and Virgo get along so good. When Libra and Virgo are in that zone, like, we're going all out to the end of the universe. Do you know what I mean? There's no stopping us. We're doing it 5-star all the way. So that's what I'm going to say. Don't compare yourself. This love that you're in is your journey. Make it a really good journey. All right, Scorpio. How you doing, Scorpio? You tickle me, Scorpio. I love you. All right, Scorpio. What crystal is beneficial for Scorpio to help them stabilize in the month of May 2026 in this full moon sandwich of a month? What energy would Scorpio benefit from? What crystals would Scorpio benefit from? Remember, guys, not only your sun, but your moon and your rising, especially if you like to stack crystals like me. I can wear like 15 different type of crystals at the same time and be like, yo. Okay, Scorpio, for you, calcite. Busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. This is really, I think, appropriate. Calcite, for me, the best one that I find for my energy is yellow calcite. Ruby is your crystal. I am ruby, so I will say yellow calcite for you also. And I say that because this is yellow. Get some yellow calcite and put it next to your breakfast counter where you eat breakfast in the morning. It's or even in your kitchen, okay? It's where you go first thing in the morning. And then maybe take some time in the month of May to ask yourself, of all of these extra processes you've got going on, are they all necessary? Do you really need to be that busy? Do you really need to be that occupied? And if you can just give yourself a moment of stillness and silence just to reconnect with yourself. That's it, Scorpio. There's something about you understanding your actions right now by really breaking down your schedule and being honest with yourself about this. need to occupy your time with 101 different processes. Like, what is that doing for you, really? Are you feeling fulfilled? Romance message for the sign of Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know for May 2026 for their love life? What does Scorpio need to know? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So Scorpio, it may be that there is someone who is different from you in a way, like a very, I don't know, different from what you may have wanted or different from what you may have expected. But it's saying to you, like, there's something here about not only keeping an open mind, but being honest with yourself about the reason why you're doing certain things. Okay, and that can involve certain relationships also, like the reason why you are attracted to someone, or the reason why you have certain particular relationship patterns, you know, that kind of stuff. So I hope that helped, Sagittarius. Let's get some crystal messages for you, Swaggy. Happy full moon. I've been waiting for this full moon. It's going to be buck wild in the best way possible. Let everybody go out, party. This is the initiation of the hot girl summer. I want to see all of you looking at hot girls. Hot, hot, hot. Happy, 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 passionate. Let's get passionate again, right? Come on. Sag, lead the way. What crystals does Sagittarius need? 2 crystals for you, Swaggy. 3 crystals for you. I will take them because you're swag. Diamond, value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. I second that, Sagittarius. So put on some diamonds. Do not wear them on your ring finger. Wear them on your prominent pinky, not pinky, pointer, okay, on your right hand. Ametrine, balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you, and your masculine side to give you confidence. In Taurus season, I feel like channeling into your masculine will be super easy, and with Venus entering Cancer, channeling into your feminine will be really quite nice to give you that creativity, to give you the inspiration that you may have needed. Angelite, I really like this crystal also. It is saying spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. Sag, that's really nice because it's kind of saying gather with your herd. Ametrine is beautiful energy. I really, really enjoy ametrine because it's a mix of amethyst and citrine. I think for your full moon, that's going to be such a beautiful high vibe, high octave energy. If you mix it with, I wouldn't mix it with diamonds, however. I would possibly wear diamond with the angelite, and then I would wear ametrine on a separate day, on a separate time. I wouldn't wear the 2 together at all. What romance messages does Sagittarius need for their full moon and the month of May? Come on, swag. What messages do you need for your full moon and the month of May? Remember, sun, moon, and rising, Venus and Mercury for these ones. Whatever applies, take it, and whatever doesn't, leave it. Even though it all applies. This is one of my readings. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything applies here. I don't do those wishy-washy readings. Maybe it applies, maybe it doesn't. No, everything applies because I said it. That's it. All right. Swag. Two messages for you. Make the effort like Aries and love yourself first. Make the effort to love yourself first, Sag. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. Why is this saying to me, love yourself? That great love is the love that you have for yourself, okay? Feel that great love first and foremost before you decide to step out and take steps towards somebody else. The more in love you are with yourself. Now, what kind of a Pegasus? What kind of a prized racehorse? What kind of Paloma? Like, what kind of Sag, bring it back home. Okay, this is your year of the fire horse. How much more power do you need? Get on your game. This is your year. You can literally win this year by understanding the level of self-love that you've got to pour into yourself, and then taking the effort that comes from making that decision of putting yourself first. Okay, let's move into Capricorn. Crystals for Capricorn for May 2026 to stabilize their energy. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn. For May 2026, what crystals do you need to put on? 3 for you also. Here we go. Rose quartz, lapis lazuli, and sapphire. Okay, these are really nice crystals. Rose quartz, one of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites. And because we're in Taurus season, rose quartz being the crystal of Taurus and Libra, I would strongly suggest, Capricorn, new or renewed romantic love is here for you. Wear rose quartz, Capricorn, because your love life is you're either getting a new person come in, or the relationship that you're currently in is getting a renewal. Okay, so rose quartz is one of the big ones. I will say always keep it on your left hand. It's one of those crystals that you can wear all the time. All crystals need to be taken off before bedtime. Lapis lazuli, life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. That's really nice also, Capricorn, because lapis lazuli is one of those stones that really helped me manifest like some of the biggest things that I needed in life. Sapphire, easy does it. Sapphire being the crystal of Virgo, when it says take it easy, I would listen to that. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So where you've been doing it, overdoing it, take it easy, maybe book a break. I feel like there are life-changing experiences and epiphanies that are about to take place in your life that are going to bring new or renewed love for you. So what romance message does Capricorn need for May 2026? There's one card here and a chunk that came out, so I'll take that one, and that is keep an open mind. Capricorn, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So keep an open mind, especially with how the love changes this month, okay? It may be something that you're completely not used to, but facilitate the change within the dynamic, the relationship dynamic, by wearing stones like the powerhouse of crystals that came up for you just now. How about Aquarius? Aquarius, what crystal recommendations do we have for you for the month of May 2026? All right, crystal recommendations for the sign of Aquarius for May 2026. Crystal recommendations for the sign of Aquarius for May 2026. Okay, I'm going to take it. You're the third sign for this, Aquarius. That's Tiger's Eye. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So I, like a lot of other people, was in hospital for this Scorpio full moon. And it is what it is, but it was one of those times, I think, for a lot of people where a lot of underlying things that needed to have a line drawn under them happened, and the surgeon that took care of me happened to be an Aquarius. Now, this thing that I had to go through was something that I've been struggling with for nearly close to 10 years. The way this Aquarius used his magical surgical fingers to do his craft, to do his art, and the way he healed me, I was in awe. I feel like this full moon helped so much. But I say this, Aquarius, because if you didn't already know it, I know it. Like, God is so working through you, especially if you're doing good work. Protect that, man. Put on some tiger's eye energy and really have self-confidence. Really believe in yourself. Your romantic message for the month of May is religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I feel like, Aquarius, there may be someone here who has triggered your interest or sparked some sort of curiosity within you. And I feel like this person is a different religion to you, possibly, or they have different spiritual religious beliefs. I feel like there isn't nothing anyone can work through in this lifetime. And there is something here about you maybe, I don't know, accepting change and differences. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. All right, let's go on to Pisces. Hi, Pisces. I love you so much, Pisces. You literally make me smile so hard. I love you. Thank you for always being a confidant. Smile, for God's sake, Pisces. I'm gonna beat your ass. And you're gonna enjoy it. Alright, Pisces. What crystal do you need for May 2026? All right, Pisces, what crystal do you need for May 2026? Easy peasy, like that. Oh, it's a ruby. Bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. And Pisces, I will also get back to this. I will get back to you. Let me just make this point. I don't think I can actually be more obnoxious to like get the wrong people off of the channel, because I know that the place that this information is being channeled from is so sacred, is so divine, is so holy. Not everyone deserves to have access to this kind of information. And so I've made my peace with, like, you know, not everyone can afford Ruby, and so not everyone can afford to be here either. Especially if you can't leave a thumbs up or subscribe. Like, hell no, hell no, hell no. You don't get to be here. And I made my peace with that. Not everyone can afford. I mean, this isn't Amber Reads Tarot, and Amber is like cheap as chips, okay? This is Ruby Reads Tarot. And this is one of the most precious crystals in the whole world. And that's how I feel about myself. I'm a precious crystal that not everybody can have access to. Now, the reason why I bring this up for you, Pisces, is there is and it says, bless your heart, reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. I say this for you, Pisces. You're on a certain level that not everybody can get to. You have a certain understanding and a certain approach to things and life that comes to you so easily and so naturally. Other people don't have that. Cover yourself in Ruby. For May, get grounded. Cover yourself in as much Ruby as you can find. And you know why I say that? Because even though I got out of my way to say obnoxious things and do like really wild things to like get people off the channel, because like, who are you to even be here and have access to this information, to have access to me, right? There is something here about you reaching out to those in your life that can heal you and support you and help you mend your heart. The real ones. The real ones, Pisces. Get in touch with those real ones. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about nothing. Get in touch with the real ones and you'll know who's 100. Don't take anything as a rejection, because like I said, Pisces, you're on a level that most people can't get to easy. You're on that level that comes at the end of the zodiac cycle, which means you're encompassing a bit of everything and everyone, which means you recognize like this. You see it like this. The energy that's not encouraging, the energy that's not backed with love, the energy that is not nurturing, don't do it. Don't put yourself out there. You're vulnerable because you know a lot more than a lot of other people. Which is why I say to you, support yourself in grounded, down to earth energy like Ruby. Put on as much Ruby as you can. If you need to get in touch with me, get in touch with me. I would love to hear from you. Send me an email, rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. Let's get some romance messages for Pisces. For May 2026, what does Pisces need to know for May 2026? What does Pisces need to know for May 2026? For the romance, what do they need to know? I'm going to take all of them. I'm going to take all of them, Pisces. The bottom of the deck says religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this person and you might have different spiritual belief, spiritual background, but it says soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So Pisces, that person that just came up when I said religious factors or spiritual differences, yeah, that is your soulmate. But there is also something here about free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Now, I'm not saying free yourself of relationships or things, this, that, the rest of it. I'm saying free yourself. Do you see how that pen is so small and it is literally like suffocating this grandiose Pegasus type unicorn gorgeousness, right? First of all, like, let's cancel the whole cruelty to horses, like slaughterhouses and meat, like horse meat. What the fuck? I don't get it. But can you just appreciate your awesomeness and how you're literally holding yourself so small? Love yourself first. Codependency and passion. Listen, when they say take out the rubies, they're not joking. This is a big one. Listen. Yes, this is your soulmate, because the passion is so 100. Like, how are two people so, how do they fit so well without being intrinsically connected? You know, your soul is a magnet for this person, and the passion that drives this person absolutely feral because of your pheromones, this passion which is like on lunatic level, you know this is your soulmate, Pisces. The thing is, somewhere along the line, codependency and where you forgot to put yourself first, and how your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and how it is now time for you to take control back of your life, Pisces. Good morning, Jose. Pisces, it's so clear. Yes, this is your person, but bless your heart and get the emotional and spiritual support that you need to mend your heart, and that's going to come by you understanding that your only dependency has to be between you and your maker. Of course, we go through life being dependent on other people, places, relationships, because what is the point of being alive if you can't depend on no one? That's not what we're talking about here. What we are saying here, that when it turns to a you depreciating yourself and putting somebody else on top of you, your work, your wishes, that's not gonna work. So there is something here that is saying that yes, this passion is a clear indication that this person is your soulmate. However, there are religious, spiritual differences in your, I guess, caused by your upbringing, which is influencing the path of this relationship. And freeing yourself doesn't mean that you have to free yourself or rid yourself of your relationship. It just means that when it's coming from a needy place, when it's coming from a place where you don't have your own bases covered, when it's coming from a place where you're not loving yourself first, because for some reason that heart needs mending and it's only Ruby that's gonna heal it, free yourself and take back the control of your life and love yourself first, Pisces. Book a reading. Email me, rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. We will talk prices and scheduling. I hope everybody enjoyed the reading. This full moon in Scorpio was so refreshing. And as we go into the new moon in Taurus, the energy is going to stabilize, finances and confidence is going to get better. There's going to be access to a whole bunch of brand new resources. Life is going to change up, right? Now, by the time we get into this full moon in the sign of Sagittarius, take the leap of faith. The risk that you're being asked to take, trust it and go into a new direction, because it's leading to a happy home and a lot of contentment and a lot of financial security, economical safety. Okay? This was good fun. Love you all. Have a really, really good week. I hope everybody enjoyed the message. I hope it served. Please hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment and hit that subscribe button, because this is a karmic exchange and it's better to keep things in balance around here. Okay, Virgo, I see you tomorrow. Ciao.